I do want to talk about one racer who will not be at the World Championships, but is back to racing cyclocross.
Yes, she broke our heart. We haven't
mentioned her name all year. She's been the Voldemort of the 2019
She whose name should not be
season.
spoken. And obviously, this has been discussed ad nauseum in the Twitter sphere and in cycling press, and there's a lot of very strong opinions, and it's been an evolving story over the last week, you would say. Some information coming out, but was it handled well by the UCI? That's my question.
No, it absolutely was not. In fact, I recently talked to another of our cyclocross contributors about this, Molly Herford, who is friends with a lot of the riders in the elite women's field. Jen Jackson from the Canadian team is actually staying with her in Girona right now. So she definitely has her ear to the ground in terms of the response from other women at the elite level in the cyclocross world. Let's take a look at what Molly had to say about Betsema's return. Is the tainted supplement excuse truthful? Is it not? For me, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like, it really doesn't matter that much whether or not the tainted supplement excuse is correct or not. It's really how long should the ban be when you've tested positive for these banned substances. You very clearly ingested them. So what do we do? Where do we go from here? And I think Katie Compton said she thinks she should have gotten a year. I agree with her. I'm really glad Denise isn't racing Worlds this weekend. I think that would have overshadowed a lot of storylines, which would have been really, too bad for a lot of the riders, and also just kind of unfair to a lot of the women who put heart and soul into racing this season.
Yeah, it does sort of shatter the credibility of the process, of the system, of the anti-doping code, and to be competing against somebody who within the same year has tested positive, accidentally or not. What are some of the things that you're seeing on social media from American riders? And obviously Katie Compton just today came out and spoke out against Betsema's reduced sanction, her backdated sanction. What are some of the other things you're seeing?
Yeah, honestly, from the Americans, a lot of anger. I'd say what's more interesting is what we're not seeing from the European teams and European riders. Actually, I noticed, and I won't name names because they clearly took it off, but when Denise posted her first "I'm back," a couple of the women who are in the top 10 of the World Cup, Belgian and Dutch riders, actually liked it, and they've since unliked it when I went to check. Which I thought was pretty interesting. But yeah, you have your Ryan Trebone, your Jeff Kabush, all of the classic clean guys who are kind of all about that stuff, who are extremely angry. A lot of the women who are angry, but I'm going to say again, I think a lot of the anger is directed toward the UCI instead of, just really jumping on Betsema and painting her as a villain. Katie said in her great interview, she doesn't bear any grudges against Betsema or any ill will towards her. And I think the same is true for most of the Americans. Like, they're just not happy to be on the start line with her again.
That was the first time we have said Betsema on the air since her positive.
Yeah, and
we stuck to our guns.
I think we'll be talking about her a lot more in the 2020 season, like it or not, though.
It's a saga that hopefully, nobody wins the way it was handled. Yes, there was a lot of information that came out, but the UCI, just in my opinion, really did not handle this well at all. It created a lot more. It's already a sensitive subject. It already gets people very on edge, and the way it was handled in sort of secrecy just didn't help anybody's cause.
Let me ask you a question, Jonny.
Yes, sir.
During your own professional racing career, did you use supplements?
Vitamins?
vitamins?
Yes.
I mean, like what? Like Flintstone?
Yeah,
or-
the chewable ones. I don't like swallowing them that much.
like
you know?
I give my kids?
Yeah, the gummy bears are
But
great.
yeah, but I mean, did you ever like iron? I don't know what these kids take these days.
I mean,
but
yeah, you can take an iron pill or something like that.
I mean, to me, it's just like you'd see the people with like the tactical boxes of supplements and whatever else, and you'd be on a team where, you know, they would have a supplement sponsor. Like, I never took that
I don't have
stuff.
the attention span for like the little things with the different days of the week on it and all that stuff.
It doesn't do anything either.
Just eat healthy food and go ride your bike.
Don't take the supplements.
Especially don't take supplements that are custom made by some Belgian pharmacist that everybody goes to.
Unless you're cheating, and then definitely take supplements because you will need your tainted supplements if you're doping, because then you'll need the tainted supplement excuse to get let off by the UCI.
I think that having a backlog of tainted supplements to cover your tracks is, I mean, maybe that's why you have a high-end pharmacist.
Good strategy.